Hello everyone, welcome back. So in previous lecture we discussed about transaction management, right? So what is transaction and what is transaction management? So in this lecture we are going to discuss about transaction properties which are available in transaction management. So so many people will think like don't know transaction nothing but simply just send money and get money. So each every database operation will be one transaction, but each and every transaction will comes under one specific property or one specific category. So transaction will have four types of properties. Any transaction can comes under any one of these four properties which I am displaying it here. Okay, so now let me discuss. So what is transaction properties? So transaction properties or acid properties. So why I have written here acid properties? We can call these four properties as whether transaction properties or acid properties. In interview, some people may ask what is transaction properties, and some people may call what is acid properties. So anybody ask either transaction properties or acid properties, then you have to answer these four concepts. So let me explain why we are calling as acid properties. Okay, so if you see here, so four types of properties we have, right? So atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. So if you take first letter of each property, so atomicity is having A, starts with A, consistency starts with C, isolation starts with I, durability starts with D. So if you take all these first characters of each and every property, we can call it as acid. Acid. So that's the reason transaction properties are being called acid properties. So either transaction property or acid properties. A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, and D stands for durability. That's the reason we are calling transaction properties as acid properties. So each and every transaction will comes under these four properties, any one of the property. So let me discuss about atomicity. So atomicity is common property for all transactions. So any transaction will comes under as part of atomicity category. So atomicity is nothing but the transaction, whatever transaction we are performing or whatever database operations we are performing. So whether the transaction either completely successful or none of the transactions are unsuccessful. This concept is nothing but atomicity. Either any let's assume one transaction will have 10 database operations or 5 database operations. So whenever we are performing those that kind of transactions, either 5 transactions are successful, either five steps are successful, or all none of the 5 steps are unsuccessful. So that is nothing but atomicity. Any transaction either completely successful or none of the transactions are unsuccessful. This is nothing but atomicity. So now let's discuss about consistency. Consistency is nothing but system should be in consistent state. Either transaction is success or failure. So before explaining consistency, let me tell you one example of atomicity. So let's say Rohit Sharma is trying to transfer 50 rupees to Virat Kohli. So the transaction can be succeeded or failure. So then that concept we can call it as atomicity. So now consistency is nothing but system should be in consistent state. Either transaction is success or failure. So system is nothing but, some people may get confused what is system, sir. So system is nothing but whether it is any bank account or any online e-commerce application, or it is any Flipkart transaction or Amazon transaction, or Swiggy or Zomato. So any online transaction or any database operation or any bank account transaction, so that we can call, that's why I'm giving here as a system, so you can understand what is the meaning of system. Okay, so that's the reason I have given general description of system consistency system. Okay, so here system should be in consistent state, either transaction is success or failure, that is nothing but consistency. Let me tell you one more example. Similarly, let's say Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. So Rohit Sharma is having 300 rupees in his bank account and Virat Kohli is having 500 rupees in his bank account. So let's assume, so before transferring uh, fund to Virat Kohli, so before that, so if Rohit Sharma is having one bank account and Virat Kohli is having one bank account, so total sum of the both the bank accounts balance will be 800. If you calculate 500 plus 300 will be 800, or 300 plus 500 will be 800. So the moment Rohit Sharma is transferred amount to Virat Kohli, both the bank accounts, some of the bank account balance should be same. That is nothing but consistency. So before transaction, if you see, let's say Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli is having two bank accounts in same bank. Okay, so Rohit Sharma is having 300 and Virat Kohli is having 500. So Rohit Sharma is trying to transfer 100 rupees to Rohit Virat Kohli. So then what will be the balance of Rohit Sharma? It will be 200. And what will be the balance of Virat Kohli? It will be 600. So after once Rohit Sharma transfer 100 rupees to Virat Kohli, so Rohit Sharma's bank account balance will be 200 and Virat Kohli bank accounts will be 600. So end of the transaction, if you check both the accounts of sum of the balance will be 800. So before transferring also 800, and after transferring sum of the both the bank accounts balance will be should be the same. This concept is nothing but consistency. This is one of the example for consistency. So that's the reason I have given here one general message or general description here. So system should be in consistent state, either transaction is success or transaction is failure. So let's assume before that Rohit Sharma is having 300 and Virat Kohli is having 500. So let's assume Rohit Sharma is trying to transfer 100 rupees to Virat Kohli. So let's assume the transaction is failed. So even it is failed, so sum of the both the accounts will be 800 only. So if let's assume the transaction is successful. So if it is transaction is successful, so Rohit Sharma transfer 100 rupees to Virat Kohli, then his bank balance will be 200. We have to deduct 100 rupees from his bank and we have to add 100 rupees to Virat Kohli. So after transferring 100 rupees to Virat Kohli, the sum of the both the bank account balance will be 800. So whether it is transaction success or failure, both the bank accounts sum of the value will be 800. That is same before transfer, after transfer, or if it is transaction failed or it is transaction successful, sum of the both the bank account balance should be the same. This kind of concept is nothing but consistency. So system should be in consistent state, either transaction is success or failure. That is the meaning of consistency. I hope you guys are understood. If you let me explain one more time. So what is the meaning of consistency? So let's assume Rohit Sharma is having 100 rupees. Sorry, Rohit Sharma, can you can take any amount, guys. So let's say Rohit Sharma is having 300 and Virat Kohli is having 400. So before transferring amount to Virat Kohli. So Rohit Sharma's bank account is having 300, Virat Kohli is having 400. So let's assume both accounts are in same bank account. So Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli is having in same bank account. Let's say Axis Bank. So Rohit Sharma is having Axis Bank account and Virat Kohli is having Axis Bank account. Why? Because when you are doing some fund transfer, so there is no charges. Let's assume there is no charges in their account. Okay, so there are no charges for the transaction. Let's assume so Rohit Sharma is having 300 and Virat Kohli is having 400. So before transferring Rohit Sharma to Virat Kohli, the sum of the total bank account will be uh, 8 4 and plus 7, 7 4 400 plus 300 will be 700, right? So before transaction, sum of the total bank account will be Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli's sum of the bank account balance will be 700. So now after transferring the bank amount to Virat Kohli, so let's assume Rohit Sharma is transferred 100 rupees. So then his bank account will have 200 and Virat Kohli's bank account will have 500. So end of the transaction, so both the bank account balance will be 700. So before transaction and after transaction, both the bank account balance will be same. So this concept is nothing but consistency. So let's assume before transferring, okay, so he's having 300, he's having 400. So he's transferring 100 rupees to Virat Kohli. Let's assume the transaction is failed. So if his transaction is failed, so Rohit Sharma's bank account balance should be 300 and Virat Kohli's balance should be 400. So that system should be have consistency. So both the sum of the bank account balance should be same even transaction is failed. So so before transaction, let's assume Rohit Sharma transferred amount to Virat Kohli, the transaction is failed. So some if it is failed, so both the bank account balance should be same 700. Similarly, let's assume the transaction is successful. So Rohit Sharma is transferred 100 rupees, then his bank account balance will be 200 and his bank account balance will be 500. Let's assume transaction is successful. If you calculate sum of the bank account balance, it is again 700. So this whether transaction successful or whether transaction is failed, so sum of the both the bank account balance should be the same. That is nothing but consistency. This is one of the example, guys. Okay, so that's the reason here I am giving general example, general description of consistency. System should be in consistent state, either transaction is success or failure. Okay, so now another property is called isolation. So isolation nothing but, so two transaction will be involved in same database operation in the sense, so one transaction is trying to two transactions are trying to access same row or same database or same table. So that is nothing but isolation. So here reading data from another uncommitted transaction, okay, reading data from another uncommitted transaction nothing but isolation. Let's say Rohit Sharma is trying to transfer amount to Virat Kohli. Okay, so Rohit Sharma's account, somebody else is trying to access his account and he's transferring amount to Virat Kohli. So two transactions are involved in same transaction. So two transactions are involved in, one guy is trying to update the value, another is trying to read the value. So before committing the transaction, that is the meaning of isolation. I will explain you. Isolation is very big concept, so I will explain you in detail later. So as of now, you just understand what is the meaning of isolation. So multiple transaction can run in parallel, multiple transaction can run in parallelly. So in real world, same transaction can happen in multiple same time. Okay, that is nothing but isolation. So reading data from another uncommitted transaction nothing but isolation. I will explain you later what are all the different levels of isolations are available. I will explain in next lecture. So now durability. Durability nothing but once a transaction is successful, the results of the transaction should be stored in database even if system crashes or network issue or any other reason. So once transaction is successful, so the end of the result of the transaction details should be persisted or stored in database even system crashes or network issue or any some other reason. Okay, that is nothing but durability. I hope you guys understood, right? So once transaction is successful, the end of the transaction, the results of the transaction should be persisted or stored in database even if system is crashed or due to some network issue or any other some reason. This is nothing but durability. So that's what guys, that's all. Transaction properties. So in next lecture, I will explain you in-depth concept of isolation. Okay. So who are all watching newly, so you can subscribe my channel and you can uh, watch all the videos. Okay, guys. So we'll catch you later in next lecture. If anyone want to watch all the videos, you can go to my link. Let me type it here. You can go to one of the link. Let me explain you. You can go to www.youtube.com/@ rasul hyphen sheikh slash playlists. So if you go to this YouTube channel, so you can watch all the videos which are available in my channel. So here you can learn Spring Boot, AngularJS and JPA, Spring Data, JDBC and Mockito framework, and how we can write test cases. And once this course is completed, you will become a full stack developer, guys. Okay, so who are all watching newly, you can go to this YouTube channel and you can subscribe. So let me uh, copy this YouTube link. So I just copied that YouTube link and just enter, and you can access my channel. So here you have lot of videos. You can learn Spring Boot and AngularJS and rest other concept JPA as well. Okay, so thank you guys. In next lecture I will explain isolation levels in transaction management.